Okay guys, I am going to create a drawing, a dimension drawing for activity 1.2.4 for this first drawing. I think it looks like a camera. I'm going to come up here and where it says design, I'm going to hit a drop down and go down to drawing and then go drawing from design. I'm going to come over here. The only thing I'm going to change is the size of paper. The default sheet size for paper is B, which is 11 by 17. I'm going to change that to 8.5 11, which is a typical piece of paper that we would use. I'm going to hit OK, and it's going to go ahead and generate a new file for me. And you can see I have that on there. If I hover over, it already has the base drawing. This is the front view of that drawing. And it already has its size. I can certainly change the scale if I'd like to, but this is actually the size. So I'm going to put this in the lower left-hand corner, not all the way down, but I'm thinking I'm going to have four things. I'm going to put this here. I'm going to left-click and hit OK. I'm then going to run my projections off of it. So there's my front. I'm going to come up here, drawing views, and hit this projected view. It's the second icon from the left. I'm going to tap on that. I'm going to come down and tap on my base view, which is my front view. I'm going to tap that, and then I'm going to drag. Notice I can't, if I drag over there, it becomes isometric. If I drag over there, it becomes the right size. So it's always in line here. So I'll place this here. I'm going to place this one here, and then I'll put my isometric here. Then I'm going to right-click and hit OK. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to this, and I don't want my isometric to show the hidden lines, so I'm going to double left click there, and it brings up a little pop-up here, and I'm going to change the visual style to the second one, which does not have hidden lines. So this is obviously pretty quick to draw once you have it made. Now I'm going to dimension it. Before I'm going to dimension it, I'm going to go ahead and hit this drop down over here, the document settings, and this gives me a whole bunch of it gives me the font, the text height, dimensions. Right now it has a dimensional format of decimal. So to show you what that means, if I come up here and hit dimension, and I do this line here, you can see that does 3.5 inches. I believe we've been going in fractional, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and I'm going to hit dimension format decimal. I'm going to click on it, or come over here and hit change, and then I'm going to change, and obviously just going to have to read through some of these things, and they all do something. But this drop down right here, I can change it to fractional and hit OK, and it would go 3.5. That's pretty useful. So I'm going to go ahead and dimension this first drawing the whole way out. Two ways I can dimension something. I can dimension something. I could click on this line right here and just simply drag out. You can see it gives me my extension lines, my dimension lines, and so on and so forth. I'm going to hit Control-Z to undo that. And another way I can do it is I hit dimension, I click on this line and then this line. If I click on the two lines that I want the extension lines to represent coming out from, that's another way of doing it. Frankly, it doesn't matter. The best way would be the fastest way. I'm going to go ahead and dimension this circle. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and put in this dimension here, the thickness. So I'm going to click that and go right there. So I have the overall width, height, and depth of the object. Now I have to do both of these circles. You'll notice that it's really pretty friendly. So I'm going to go ahead and put the size of the circle. Notice it draws my leader line out already. I'm going to put my leader line going down, and then if I come here and click on the center of the circle, and that, I can place that there, and then the center of the circle and touching this line. So I've located the center of that circle, and I also have the diameter of that circle, which is very helpful. I'm now going to come up here and do this one. So again, I'm going to drag that out, and I'll go center circle to this line, and center circle to this line. So what I've done is I've placed all of the dimensions I believe that I need. Certainly, I don't believe I omitted anything. If I did, please let me know, and I will correct it. At this point now, I'd want to go ahead and save it. Okay, so I'm going to save it. drawing one drawing. That's a little confusing. That really originates with the way it was named in the Project Lead the Way website here. The location, I want it to go into that folder with activity 1.2.4. So I'll hit save. Now, if I go there, and it's in here. So I have drawing 1, I have drawing 1 drawing. I'll have drawing 2, I'll have drawing 2 drawing. But today we're going to go ahead and, once we've created our 3 parts, hopefully we got at least started on that. Some are sure are done. We now are going to create dimension drawings for those 3 parts. You can see it's quite a bit easier in Fusion 360. The good news is I won't ask you to do them by hand anymore, except for when you're just talking rough sketch and we're just when we're in the creative process, that's fine.